Hello.
Hey,
How's
welcome.
everybody out there?
Don't have a clue what we're doing, so just bear with us.
Welcome to the first episode of what we've renamed before the first episode, Dice Hoarders Anonymous, where we will talk about the show, talk about our nifty, cool dice and other things. And for this particular one, we're going to discuss the first 3 episodes of The Wild Bunch.
Yep. Pretty much what he said. I'm excited. I've been looking forward to trying to do this for a little while, but we've been kind of busy and
Tech
crazy
issues and
tech
renovations.
issues and kids and.
This will not be our final script or our final set. We're not stealing John Oliver's White Void or Eric Foss's Blue Dungeon, depending on fandom you want it.
Yeah, no. I would prefer to have an actual nice background at some point. Alternatively, we can get the proper color.
Yeah, a proper actual backdrop, not just
yeah.
the sheet I grabbed.
Because then
our
you
old
can actually use
backdrops.
the blue screen. Is that what it's called?
Chroma key.
I have no idea what.
Well, because you can set it for different.
Cool. Yeah, that thing. That thing.
I feel like this light is not
Sorry, we're
properly.
Still
Yeah, it's still adjusting. We have no idea if we can be heard. So that's an interesting. If there's anybody who can hear us, that would happen to let us know in chat if they can hear us. That would be
ideal, because we have no clue if we are actually
audible
at the moment. We hope we are.
No one's responding in chat, so
Oh, wait.
It's quiet. Okay.
Aha.
Well then, we resolve that by doing this.
Bring it
And you guys are going to get a little closer to us as we reason with technology.
I didn't tell you, I had kids at school today taking Disney requests for about an hour and a half. Yeah, and it was from both classes, so there was like a herd of other kids from the other class hunkering around a tree as close as they could get. It was quite entertaining.
Alright, are we better now that it's closer to us?
You can be heard.
Yay.
Can we be heard again?
Right.
Better? Do we need to...
Nearer, far, wherever we are?
Raise it up? You raise?
Because that is true. I can, I did turn us down over here. I suppose I can actually tweak this a bit. Yeah, because I'm looking at where our
Woohoo!
volume
I'll try not
is.
to do that.
Here.
That was loud, I'm sure.
Alright, let's see if that comes across a little better. Now we're peeking in the green. Should be... Yes, we are better.
Yay!
Fantastic. Okay. So, if you have any questions for us live, feel free to leave them in the chats.
Because we are watching it.
We do have our chat pulled up. We will be answering live. We have a couple of questions for ourselves. Yeah, remember, everything is reversed, so if you want to gesture to the chat, you have to point this way. The chat's over there. I know we're looking over there, but the chat's actually over here, so we're gesturing to the chat. I just wanted to cover you up.
They don't actually see the chat, so it doesn't matter which way we point, because they won't know.
But if we say, hey, leave something in the chat, they'll look and see, look at the monitor, see I'm pointing at the chat. The joys of explaining these things.
I just figured out what he was saying. Shut up.
I'm glad there's...
You're pointing at me.
Glad there's nobody with us watching at the moment. But this is going to be saved for 2
I do look
2
like crap.
weeks.
I needed a shower.
Alright, so let's start with you. How are you feeling as a new DM?
Okay. I wish I had more time. More time would be good. It's kind of frustrating, because when I do have time, I kind of just want to relax. But I also want to create, so sometimes I create, at least in my head, and then I eventually put it down on paper. The problem is there is an awful lot of creating that happens when I don't expect it to, and then when I do expect it to, it just doesn't. So time would be nice, and having enough time in the time that I need it to be, if that makes sense. You are totally lying to me.
No, you wish that you could be creative when you actually want to sit down and be creative instead of when you're at work in the middle of something going, oh, I've got an idea for D&D.
Yeah,
And
basically.
you can't do anything about it when you're at work.
Yep. Or having the time and resources to actually, create maps or something along those lines would be great. But I don't really have that. So it's been kind of scattered and few and far between. So that's a little crazy. Also, there's the downside to every time I think I know what are the most likely outcomes. Yeah, y'all don't do those things. I think I've covered every base.
Pretty hard.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Or I think that I've had like everything figured out only to create more because apparently what I had wasn't enough. Or it's that they find loopholes and ways that they want to go in different directions, so that I end up having to create people like Moira.
Yeah, we'll get to Moira later.
Oh, will we?
Well, I'm sure Jacqueline wants to get to Moira later.
Accurate.
How is that aspect of it, with you having to flirt with all of your players, including your husband, in front of all of your players, including one of your players' husbands?
I imagine they're more awkward about it than I am.
Brad was looking kind of
Yeah, Brad plays North, and he definitely had kind of a amusing response to his little lady. I don't remember what her name was at the moment. I have it written down somewhere. But was it Arya?
I don't think so. I don't think you would have.
No, I think it was.
Oh, maybe.
But in any case, it was definitely entertaining to see that. Blame Paul for the awkward level of it, though. That was not my, It's fun, though.
Not your plan, but
not my plan,
you went along
but
with
y'all enjoy poking fun and making everyone awkward, so that's what we did.
Not everyone, just you.
I don't know.
I'm sorry about that.
Also, that's because the camera is slowly lowering.
I'm noticing that.
Oh dear.
Remember what we said about new... Nope, that's falling off the clamp. That's completely about to fall.
Oh, well that's a different problem.
That's a horse of a different color.
That was a whole thing falling.
The whole rig was about to... And it's still going to.
Uh-oh. Technical difficulties.
Yep.
Oh. Well, that was...
Not... Oh boy. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to, one moment. Okay, sorry about that.
Hi, sorry.
Had our whole mic and camera stand and everything fall on us. So, sorry about that. We're back. We were discussing you DMing for the first time and the awkwardness of flirting with people in front of everyone.
Yeah, that was pretty awkward. But not terrible. I think I'll get used to it the more I do it. It's actually kind of helpful, because I do want to get into acting and stuff like that, so it's helpful for me to be able to kind of separate here and now from what's going on and just get into character as opposed to anything else, I guess. I don't know. You get what I'm saying.
No, I do. Then, how has it been taking these sort of pre-written things that you're doing and then also crafting your own world around that? We haven't seen too much of it yet in-game, but I know just because I see you go, oh, idea, furiously type things up, that I know you are up to something.
Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely created a lot of different random side quests, ultimate long goals, things I want to see characters doing, and I've worked pretty, I wanted everybody to kind of come up with where they see their characters, what they have in mind for their character, some of their past to tie into the future for their character, loose ends that they have, and I'm trying to weave those into something that will hopefully make a cohesive, fun story. I mean, this is my first time, and so I usually only write stories. I don't normally have other people interjecting. So it's definitely strange for me in that regard. And I've been taking, since I am so new, I've been taking pre-made adventures and using them, reshaping them, reflavoring them as much as I can. In fact, this next thing that we're doing, I'm not really completely reflavoring. I'm just kind of, sort of reflavoring enough for you guys to kind of go, oh, okay, that's how this fits into this world.
Right.
But I'm not going to go through the hassle of renaming everything in it.
Right.
Because there's no. Now I might mispronounce the words, but that's about as far as it's going to go.
That's just.
So that has been interesting because it's kind of, leading to interesting directions, I guess, and I don't know how you guys are going to take what I give you, especially in this next thing. There are potentially a lot of things I didn't think about. Probably a lot of things. A lot. I really need to sit down and think about those things.
Okay.
I have kind of been putting off thinking about some of those things because I realize that it's going to take a lot of brain power because I have no clue how you guys are going to go. Like, none whatsoever. I might have to wing it, to be honest, because it's kind of that crazy.
Wow.
So I'm nervous about that part because while I am good at creating aspects quickly, I am not always comfortable or confident in those things. And so what I might come up with on the fly, I would later go, dang it!
Right.
And I've done that already a few times, I think. I can't think of a specific one at the moment, but I've definitely had those moments where I'm just like, oh, I should have done this. But, there's that. I definitely, in regard to that, character development and story writing, brings me to Reeve. You decided that Reeve wasn't somebody you wanted to keep playing, right?
Well, the whole thing with Reeve is that the group that we're playing and we're streaming with largely was our group, our home game group, essentially. It's weird that we now have that odd Critical Role-esque distinction. But our group was mostly consisted of our, well, not even mostly, our group consisted of, when we started, our bard, who was a new player. Oh, for crap's sake. Let me answer them when we go to chat in a second. So we had the bard, who is pretty sure he is Paul was a almost completely new player.
Yeah, well, at least he hadn't played in a long time.
Yeah.
I seem to recall
So
him saying he played a while back.
our
or
bard
wanted to.
was a newbie / reclusive player, the very anti-bard. Our rogue had her tongue cut out and couldn't speak, but still wanted to be the party face. You were the flashy, outgoing paladin. And then we had the water genasi cleric who liked magic objects and books. So we had
and
you.
somehow ended up Mercy's sort of sidekick.
Yeah, we had you.
For a little while. I'm not really sure how that. It was cute, and I think Mercy has a definite affinity for her.
Right.
But.
We had you as the more outgoing one, but you were still relatively shy because this was all new for you still. So we had a whole group of relatively reclusive people, and then even as we added more people, nobody really jumped out as the standout
Role player.
until Brad showed up. Brad helped with that, but then life got in the way, and that campaign sort of puttered out. We're working on stuff. No promises. But
Wait,
so
Paul's back.
yeah. So only just now realizing what the rest of us realized 2 months ago. Ship Mercy and Iramura.
I kind of do too.
Okay. So we had a group of relatively reclusive, not wanting to talk a whole lot players.
That's true, we did.
So I made Reeve, and you were going to be DMing. So I made Reeve as a quiet, taciturn, stoic, very, very kind of stoic from How to Train Your Dragons. Very resolved in his ways, very, and, the fact that he had died once before and brought back through some weird, he doesn't even know what, weird wiggity woos, made him a more somber character. And so, when we had the first meeting of everybody and we got our job and we all went back to the tavern, I took my meal and said, alright, peace fuckers, and I went to bed. And then everyone spent the rest of the night chatting and role-playing, and I went, well, damn. And that was the first time where I was like, maybe not, I don't know, I'm going to stick with the character that I'm going to try. And then it's like, they'll be impressed with his combat prowess, and that'll be really cool. And then we got into combat with the wolves, and I was fighting without my armor, which is a problem for Reeve. Didn't take that into account. But so fighting without the armor, which turns out because he was wearing medium armor, he should have been able to sleep in it. I wasn't paying attention to the rules. That's on me. Oh well. So he almost died fighting wolves.
And snakes.
But then he almost died fighting wolves. Then he almost died fighting snakes. And he was like, alright, look, I'm not sure this revenge gig is what... I may have misinterpreted that call from the Wild Mother. Or was it the Everlight.
The
Everlight was the one he worshipped.
Yeah, Reeve definitely was struggling there for a bit, and then on top of it, his relationship with the party members was...
Yeah, he immediately got off on the wrong foot. Like, a lot of it is also character creation. I didn't realize how open Ariana was going to be with the necromancy. And Reeve's whole shtick was he died, came back, and he is some part of him very much afraid that he came back wrong. And now here's this little kid just playing around with the undead like it's nothing. Like, that just set him off.
Yeah, there was definitely conflicting goals.
Yeah.
At least, I mean, to be fair though, she definitely didn't see him as anything other than a big kitty, which was adorable.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, personally, I think that there has to be a small little sliver of something there in Reeve. Something that just might kind of possibly, maybe eventually like her.
If she stops playing with dead bodies, maybe, or if he figures out what his deal is, maybe.
Well, like I said, it's just a thing. But since Reeve was looking to potentially leave, and we had our little encounter with Unis, we felt like it was definitely a good time for that. And before we go into further stuff into that, let's take a look at chat, because I feel like there's stuff happening.
Killzone, plagiarism is a DM's best friend, particularly if the players don't notice. I am reminded, Killzone, of the game that we were in where there was a secret, a magically locked entrance to where we needed to go. And in Elvish, along the lip of the thing, it said, "Speak, friend, and enter." And what it actually was if you said melon, which is, of course, the Elvish word for a friend, tentacle monsters started attacking you because it was a booby trap because the DM was a bitch. No, DM was a good DM. She just threw that in to mess with us. But yes, plagiarism, plagiarize, let no one else's work evade your eyes.
What did you
Plagiarize, remember, let no one else's work evade your eyes. Remember why the good Lord made your eyes, so don't shade your eyes. Just plagiarize. It's a song, okay? Killzone knows what I'm talking about. And then, Ship Mercy and Iramura. Not spy on kids. Look, the little kid said that she was going to get up, didn't even say. She just got up, walked away from the rest of the party in the middle of the night, in the middle of the jungle, in the middle of who the hell knows where. Didn't even say nothing to her fucking bodyguard about where she was going. She just walked off, and so Reeves like, there's a 90% chance she's just going to the bathroom. But there's also a 90% chance that we're in the middle of something's hunting ground. And it's dark. I'm just gonna go make sure she's okay. And so he was just, like, observing from the trees, so that way he wouldn't, like, see anything inappropriate or whatnot, and then she started whipping out the bones.
It was them bones, them.
Well, of course he was being stealthy. He didn't want to draw the attention of predators. It's not my fault.
And he's a cat!
It's not my fault, Ariana can't hear crap.
She could have been pooping.
And he would have been above and not seen.
And he'd have smelled it first, and then he would have left. But...
Yeah. But so yeah, then when we rescued Unis and she felt, she didn't want to go home, that was an opportunity for Reeve to run off.
Yep, it kind of opened the doorway for that. And so one of the things that we are actually talking about doing is running Reeve as a separate side story, so he's still within the world. With my son, who is about to turn 12, playing Unis. Just to kind of, because he's never played D&D, and I know he kind of wants to. And so we were thinking it would be a fun kind of practice for me as a DM and a practice for him learning how to play a pre-made character and that sort of thing. So that's something that we've been talking about possibly doing, and we'd probably stream that.
That would probably be something that would get recorded, and if not put up here, it would go definitely onto the YouTube channel. And that would be something that most likely you would be coming up for the story of it, and then you and I would both be working to help run the game smoothly from the mechanics, so that Lyndon could, it's mostly for his benefit to have and then we can have an actual family-friendly show. Yay! Look, the dice are you. It's not my fault. You rolled poop. Bringing more players into the fold, of course.
Well, we're trying.
Start them young, and they'll never know what it's like to not be a nerd.
Well, to be fair, my kids have been so nerdy, it's ridiculous. When Lyndon was in kindergarten, he went to school dressed up as Doctor Who. When he was in first grade, he went to school dressed up as Doctor Who. When he was in second grade, he went to school dressed up as Doctor Who. Occasional Batman thrown in somewhere in there. Guess what he still does?
Told me his first D&D character he wants to make is basically going to be Aragorn.
Yeah, he definitely likes Aragorn.
Like, Unis isn't going to be Aragorn, but nothing is found. Yeah, that's why it's going to be
the three of us.
The her, the me, and the kid.
And then you will get to watch.
And comment.
And then
like and subscribe, all that good stuff.
Anytime there's crossovers, Unis will be played by yours truly.
Yes, because that's something is that Reeve's history and motivation is supposed to, from what you've told me, tie into the bigger picture campaign whole. So we will probably see Reeve again, whether or not I jump back into the claws and play Reeve, I don't know. Maybe if Marwyn picks a fight he can't finish.
Reeve will come back.
Well, Reeve definitely has a part to play, but so does Marwyn, so does everyone. I'm very excited, in fact. I have some very, very, very fun things in store. And honestly, if for some reason we don't keep playing this campaign, I am going to sit and tell everybody everything I was going to do, so fuck that.
If for some reason the campaign ends up dying, we will do one last wrap up one of these where we'll sit out there at the tables and we'll do a round table of what was going to happen, what our characters were all about, and all that. Because I mean, I am excited for the things that I, as a player, know about Marwyn that Marwyn does not yet know about himself. Um, One of the things that's probably going to be brought up in conversation soon is that Marwyn finds
I'll never die.
Marwyn finds storms, particularly like heavy thunderstorms, sideways rain, that kind of thing. He finds those as a sign of good luck, um, of change, mostly change. Usually good luck, but certainly of things changing. Um, the day that his dad warded him over to the night that raised him for a little bit, it was storming off in the distance, like you could see the storm clouds. The day that the knight lost the bet and all of that led Marwyn into being owned, it was thundering over the stadium. And then both the nights that the night that Marwyn lost his fight, a storm started, and then the 3 days that he was held in captivity, it was also, or I guess it was a week that he was in captivity. It was a week-long downpour, and the last day of it was like the worst day, and that was the day that he fought his way and got freed. And so he has this affinity for storms. He can't control them in any way, but he certainly likes them and is excited when he sees them, which is why he sees it as a good sign that it was storming the night he met up with the Wild Bunch.
Okay. Makes sense.
Oh, can't follow ourselves.
No, that would be weird.
I don't know. Get notified when we go live? Alright. I mean, not like we don't anyways.
I got it right. And now there's just a random spot on my sleeve, and it's annoying me.
Can't see it until you draw attention to it.
No, it was very, very obvious on there. That's why I was like, ah.
So, party dynamic as far as who we have right now. I am the one typing up the who's everything recap stuff to put on channels, and I'm having a hard time keeping track of it. We've got Marwyn, the Elven Brawler, and then we have Jacqueline, who's a elf pirate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're gonna have to help me fill these out here.
I will. That's correct. So
like,
far
okay,
you were
so
correct.
who's just pick a person who's next, because I don't know, I can't remember anybody else's name at the moment. So
we have Ariana,
who's a half drow
wizard
necromancer,
Mm-hmm.
who's carrying the skull, and this is all just stuff that we know.
Mm-hmm.
The skulls of her parents and little brother,
Yes.
older brother,
Little brother. Pretty sure it's little brother.
And then, and we don't really know anything yet about Jacqueline aside from she is a possibly bisexual drunk pirate.
Yeah.
She was not opposed to the idea of, so there's a possibly bisexual drunk pirate, and Marwyn is a drunk brawler, half drow necromancer, and then North. Is North a full drow, half drow? I forget what his.
I want to say she says
Okay, so confirmed bisexual.
I want to say he was half drow. And I believe he's a sorcerer
Sorcerer.
or
Okay.
warlock. I don't remember. I always mix it up.
Yeah, and he was.
Ah,
Yeah.
I really should write that down.
Yeah. So he's a magic user of some sort.
I have my notebook somewhere.
And then we've got Ristos, who is a human sorcerer, who we've seen reading minds and
Yep.
speaking telepathically.
Moving thing, yeah. There's a telepathic air about him for sure.
Yep.
Um,
Then
he is definitely going to be a fun character as well.
Yes. Bo, who Marwyn has been sent to find and keep an eye on.
Which has now confirmed that his parents are
Yes.
Jester and Ford.
Yes.
So that was a fun
Yep.
So yeah, that's another interesting element to
And-
this. Trying to cater the definite fanboy in all of
Right.
us, while still being able to create and use my own ideas and fiction within the world. And so we have basically taken Wildmount and said that everything up to Vox Machina, up through that, is canon, and anything after Vox Machina is up for debate how it works.
Fluid, a little
It's
more wibbly
fluid,
wobbly.
but we're coming in about 50 years later. So it's kind of wibbly
So
wobbly.
yes, it is. Some of the events of Critical Role's Campaign 2 and the Mighty Nine and all that are not canon in this. They didn't happen. Among them, Molly's death.
Because we did see Molly and Yasha
Yep.
in the very first
Yeah.
episode.
Pre-stream, they sent.
It was where Zoria,
Zoria,
who is a centaur barbarian.
Barbarian Ranger.
Yes, barbarian ranger. Did she actually take the ranger?
Mm-hmm.
Barbarian ranger, who when she was coming out from the more wildland area, happened across the circus, and it was Yasha and
Molly Mock's
Mock.
circus.
It was their circus, and they sent her on her way to Guarden.
Stayed with them for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's funny. We also know that Jester and Ford, at least nicknamingly, named their son after Beauregard, because it goes by Beau for short. Which is also a fun reference because at one point in early Campaign 1, they meet another. The Mighty Nine meets an NPC named Beau, who I forget. I think he might have worked at the circus. And he and Beau were talking, and Beau looks at him and goes, "Oh, my name is spelled B-E-A-U. What about yours?" And he leans in and goes, B-O, like the smell. So Beau, and it's
Accurate.
yep.
I would say that's a lot more accurate. Also, I haven't actually decided if they've even met Beauregard. Oh, that's fun.
Well, we did say that some of the things, like they did travel for a while. The Mighty Nine did get together for a little while and do some things. That was what we had said,
No,
and that was what we had told people.
That's not, no. I said everything up to Vox Machina. Everything after that,
We've
It's
had multiple
fluid.
conversations. That's
I'm telling you.
never mind. Well, apparently even I don't know what the hell is happening. But we've got this dynamic now starting to form where nobody quite trusts each other yet, except for Ariana, who just likes everyone. Like that's the Jacqueline is currently pissed at Marwyn.
Yes.
Um,
Moria. Moria.
just gonna go work in the mine.
Apparently.
Uh-huh. You want to try again?
Moira
What about Moira?
finds it very amusing.
I'm sure she does.
She is thoroughly entertained. She's been dealing with the same set of people for quite some time.
Well, it's like Marwyn told Jacqueline when they were loading up the and getting ready to leave. We'll be coming back through. There will be another chance for another dance.
It's accurate.
Highlight for me was getting to make Marwyn with the sole purpose of grabbing a guy, picking him up, and throwing him around.
He really likes the idea of doing that.
And getting to do that in the most like there's that I can make this make sense and I can have fun with this with just like deciding that I needed to make absolutely sure that I was tracking and following the right person. So I figured I'll challenge him to a fight, and one way or another I'll find out. Either he was going to win the contest to be the last one standing on their feet, which with the number of ways I had to knock someone on their butt, I was fully prepared to be able to do. But at the same time, if he did win, which when he busted out that hold person, I was concerned. I'm so glad that I made my save on that, because hold person would have ended the fight, because he would have had me held, and it literally just would have been push, and with me being paralyzed, I would have auto-failed. And so then I would have Neville long-bottomed and just onto the ground. But I made my save, so that didn't happen. So I got to pick him up and throw him. That's where we got the confirmation, and that Marwyn officially works for the gentleman who is having someone keep an eye on his wayward grandson. Haven't yet found out why the Traveler didn't tell Jester where the hell her son was. But so that's the dynamic we've got now, where nobody quite trusts each other, but Marwyn, at very least because he knows Beau's parents, he trusts Beau a little bit. Now, whether or not anybody else wants to pick a fight over this is a whole separate issue.
That's true. That's true.
So now we've got another, 3 days of, there's another week of travel before we actually get,
You are literally at the halfway point.
and I don't remember what that means.
I believe it's another 5.
Another 5 days. So this next week will probably be another.
Possibly. It depends on how quickly we get through the traveling.
Um,
Most likely, though, I mean, it's going to depend on roles to a certain extent, but you'll get there pretty quickly. Unless you guys decide to take your sweet time and BS the whole time, or don't even leave the town yet. You guys might be staying the night again.
We did say that we were packing up and leaving. Because time is slightly of the essence. But that is just about the time we've got. However, to wrap up the first episode of Dice Hoarders, I have a thing.
Ooh, what thing?
I'll be right back.
Who are you getting?
I can get up.
Are you gonna get pretties? Math rocks? Click clacks? All the click clacks. So, how are you? I'm good. I'm tired today. I worked and it was longer than normal, so I'm a little tired. But it was fun. It was a good day. One of the kids called me a liar. That was fun. He got into a lot of trouble. It was kind of sad, actually. I felt a little bad. But, you know, it was fun. Life.
So, Darwin, you remember when I told you that the mailman came twice?
Uh-huh. Was ist das? Ooh, it came!
Read what it is.
It came! Why wouldn't you show me this earlier,
For
jerk?
exactly this reason, so we had something to do on the stream.
Well, we had stuff. I was wondering why you were stopping now. I thought you were getting click-clacks. Yee! Are those the pens? Or those are the binding thingies? We got the Rook and Raven notebooky thingies, and I'm so excited.
Your misadventure awaits.
Is that one yours or mine? That one's mine. It has the purple.
Greetings, Dungeon Master.
Yeah. Ooh. Look at the pink ones.
I don't even remember what all. Ooh, that's right. I got the bronze.
Yeah, I like those. Those are pretty. I think mine were less expensive.
Oh.
Sorry, we're still ogling.
Should probably pull this up so you can actually,
It's so cool.
yeah, so we both got the Smaug dragon.
Okay, so this is the. Also, we are not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Wish
not
we were.
Sponsored. Wish we were.
Literally just got these in the mail today.
Yeah.
These are the Rook and the Raven.
Make these handmade, really nice notebooks like this stuff. This is the DM book.
Oh, I'm sitting here trying to divide this. That's one. No, it wasn't. Yeah.
I didn't know there was a cool inside art thing with dragons and
Um,
stuff.
So you can, for the player one, you can make notes for various, locations for where you need to go. This, in fact, has date, location, and session number, and then just extra pages.
Oh yeah, we ordered a whole bunch of different
A
stuff.
straight up character, class and
Party
levels, height, weight,
snapshot.
build. There is a full character sheet.
And it came with the little divider
Plastic screen.
thingies, and we got the markers
Oh, this has
that
multiple
they got, and
character
these are
sheets.
really nice. We haven't gotten they're erasable, and yeah, we haven't gotten to use them yet, but I'm very excited. So yeah,
Yeah,
these are so cool. They're really expensive though, guys.
Yeah, this
And
was
we
not
ordered
a,
this pre-Christmas.
no, just
Didn't-
after January 3rd.
January 3rd? Oh, yeah, it was like pre-Christmas. Right?
No, this was basically our late
This was
Christmas,
our
New
Christmas
Year's
present
present
to
to
us.
ourselves. And yeah, the whole back is just extra character sheets. So Marwin is definitely,
Is there more? Ooh.
if I want to draw like a map. And then yeah,
Some
character sheet.
treasure and encounters. I've got encounter sheets. Yeah, I got the DM one because I was starting DMing and I figured it might be a good idea.
So I'm going to wait. The blue one is yours, unless you want to mix and match.
Oh no, I'm golden. I don't know where I want to put it in there though. I'm gonna wait.
Well, I'm going to put it in on my character sheet. I know for sure.
Well, I'm not sure where I'm going to yet. There's notes, triggers, boundaries, story arc outline. Oh my gosh! Villains plan, villains allies, major NPCs, notable locations.
Alrighty.
Bounty board.
Now I will fill Reeve in, or not Reeve, Marwin.
Session notes.
Magic item. Notes. But yeah, so we, oh yeah, these need to be moved for Marwin as well.
Oh, and then these have some sketch pad areas, which is good because I actually really like to draw. But I got the system kit for the for 5th edition. So that's cool.
Yeah, highly suggest anybody who plays D&D regularly picks up one of these, or even if you just like do any kind of world building for stories or anything
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, some of these can come in a lot of handy. I'm pretty sure that I'm really tired, you guys.
Someone's been studying for her driver's test a little too much. There was exactly one person. Do they make them for 4th edition?
Yes, I believe they do. They had a whole bunch of different editions. I shouldn't say yes. I have no clue specifically about 4th edition, but I do know that they had a whole bunch of other.
Have dividers, world building.
Yes, we ordered the extra packets. They have, like, I know they have Pathfinder. They had 3.5. I'm not sure if they had specifically 4th edition, but you could definitely go and look. They had a lot of different kits for the different, whatchamacallits, what's the word I'm looking for?
Different
editions.
Kits for the different editions, different. I think they had stuff specifically for spellcasting too, but because Marwin, I can't remember if they had stuff to help keep track of.
Isn't the players, is that one yours? Or you already have the player's kit?
I think we both have the player's kit.
Did you get 2 then?
Here, yours. No, I mean like. Oh, that's right. I think you
I'm the
just have
DM. You're the player, so that's why I think I ordered the other players.
the player's kit. Well,
So-
can I just have the plastic the plastic covers for character sheet? Like to cover the because it only comes with the 2.
Yeah, I know. I only got 2 too.
I know, but you're not the one. Never mind. We'll talk about it later.
I'm confused. I'm just trying to figure out what we're talking about here. Why are we even opening all this right now? Let's just
Because that's
wait.
what we do.
No.
It's the stream.
It's the stream. Yeah, but now we're distracted and getting argumentative, and
Well-
that's not helpful.
Nah.
Nah. Here, wet erase overlays.
The company that makes them is the Rook and the Raven. I will
Rook
put,
and Raven. You've probably seen it on Facebook.
focus. Nah. Well, there. It's an unboxing stream now. Thank you. See? Killzon understands. Thank you, Killzon. And then,
What?
dry erase or what?
I believe they erase.
So that would dry erase. That's what I was wondering. I didn't want to just start writing.
No, I think these are like that kind of erase, but I could be wrong. I forget. We're gonna have to look at it. Green.
That I think is the wet erase marker for these. But then why do they say erasable? We are going to have to.
We bought extra of these because they are.
Well, the pen doesn't appear to write on here, so I'm wondering. Nope, that is in fact erasing. Cool.
Did you erase with
Tip.
that's plastic?
That is weird. Silly of me, but that is much easier. Makes much more sense. So these things are so good, in fact, that the cap that doesn't have an eraser will still erase the. Oh boy.
Plastic erases it. These are impressive pens, yo. Like, dang. You can write on the regular paper with this. That's why we got these, because they're erasable and you can write on irregular paper.
Character sheet, yeah.
Yeah, this is for the.
So you fill the character sheet in the.
And then you write your adjustments with the erase, or the dry erase,
Yep.
wet erase, or whatever the heck it is. I got more overlays, by the way. Story arc planning is probably mine. World builder is probably mine.
Yep.
Tab dividers, adventuring party.
Yeah, all those ones should be yours. And if you did get extra dividers, I went ahead and snagged those too, and I put them in
Notes.
mine.
We probably actually got these to split on some level.
Probably, but for now, I have mine set up. This
Yes. Okay. So we got 2 more wet erase overlays. So the player's kit came with 2, and there's 2 here. So we should each have 4.
Okay, well then I have my 4. You have those.
All right.
And the player's
Woohoo!
kit is.
I think it goes to me, or I think we may have mainly got it for the character sheets. We may want to keep these just in here.
Yep.
Oh, 2 wet erase. You got those out though, right? Okay. So yeah, we'll just keep those for when
Shiny.
we need them.
Now,
Put that in all the other stuff as well, and we'll deal with it later.
I'm definitely excited
Me
for
too. Let's just put this in
the
here.
stuffs.
Yay!
We've got cool stuff. Yes, they don't do 4E. Cut them from your heart. I completely understand. Don't blame you. So,
Sorry.
I think we are good. I think we've
Covered most of the stuff,
covered
I guess.
most of everything. This Sunday at the usual time, 2:30, we will go live with episode 4. And hopefully next Wednesday we will be here again for Dice Hoarders. Hopefully maybe with a guest, maybe, who knows?
Maybe if someone's available.
Send questions. Please look for us on Facebook, Twitter.
Yes, please like and follow and subscribe and all those things.
Yeah, we
and
know.
share.
Yes.
You can share the videos, like on YouTube. Share them.
Yep.
Share.
This stream will go. This will go onto YouTube in 2 days, maybe 3. It depends on time and editing. But this will.
It's really hot in here.
It is. There's another reason we're going to call it. We're blocking our air vent. So thank you guys so much for watching. We hope to see you guys again.
Sorry, we're multitasking.
Sundays, 2:30. We'll be back with episode 4. Be back here next Wednesday. Look for us for further stream announcements and
Follow us on Facebook, please.
Follow
Please.
Facebook. Tell your friends about this. We are halfway towards like Twitch recognizing us as like official Twitchers. That's not the word. Streamers. So like help us get the word out there.
Twitchers.
Yeah, it's late. Thank you guys so much, and remember, somebody out there loves you, even if that somebody is just us.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.